Meanwhile, in Merle, Alaska, new character Ben tries to get Cyclops to relax.
Nice work.
Thank you, Ben.
That was sarcasm.
Yeah, so was that.
So, do you want to make out or something? Or are we just going to stare at screens all day, not talking?
Ben,
Huh?
yeah. I mean, not that, but
Yeah?
maybe something else.
The hand job?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Well, maybe something weirder.
Okay. Ear job? Blow
Yeah,
job?
yeah. Ear job's great.
You want to stick your visor up my ass?
No, ear job's good.
Okay, yeah. Oh,
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Gene.
Yeah, motherfucking Gene. I'm here for the Hellfire Vigil, and you're getting ear jobs from some new mutant faggot? What the fuck is going on?
Gene, ear jobs is not a thing.
Oh, you think it's not cheating if it's an ear job?
Yeah, that's exactly what I
please.
think.
Explanation, please. Explanation.
It's an old Shi'ar proverb. It doesn't count if it's an ear job. And I'm very bored. It's Alaska. There's no vegetation.
I can read your mind. I know the truth. You miss Wolverine and not me, don't you?
I'm so sorry, Gene. Goodbye? Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 347 of Comic Book Queers. I am your host, Brett, and with me, as always, is EvilJeff. Hi, Evil.
Hello.
Hi. That's the story of how Cyclops and Jean Grey broke up for good.
Yes, which you can read now on the Hellfire Vigil issue of the X-Men.
The Hellfire Vigil episode of Murderbot. Listen, you may be wondering why I'm so far back here, why my camera shot is suddenly wider.
Why?
So StreamYard, the technology we use to record remotely from one another, says that if you use the touch up my appearance feature, which I rely on, as do you, then your computer's going to crash. So I can't use the touch up my appearance feature.
What do they use? A wide angle lens? No,
what do they use?
See, I look
Golden
good.
Girls.
No, that was Big Business.
Oh, Big Business. Anyway, there's Vaseline
I still am
smeared.
using the touch up, so
Yeah, you're still, because
still
you're not the host
beautiful.
computer or whatever the
I'm not using an
configuration.
updated version or whatever they said. Yeah.
And I'm using the latest version. Fuck me. I've always been told you should always update to the latest version for security reasons, but I did, and you didn't.
Oh
and here I
yeah,
am
see,
suffering.
I'm the opposite. The newest update might have a bug, so I always update to the previous one before.
Well, suck it.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about today? We've got comic book stuff going on.
We do, and we have a whole Marvel show that ended that we have to talk about.
We have a whole Marvel show that ended, so we're going to talk about the Hellfire Vigil today, a very important issue, I guess, in this era of X-Men. And we're going to talk about Ironheart and maybe a few other surprises along the way.
Yeah, let's do it.
So Ironheart is a thing that you're watching? Is that? Oh, no. I'm sorry. We're going to start with X-Men.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
X-Men it is.
Are you okay with that?
Can I get X'd up?
You can get X'd up, and we're going to talk about things like...
It's mutants with powers, Omega for hours. Bitch, let's read some X-Men.
We did read some X-Men. We read a lot of X-Men, and there we are. The first one is the Marvel X-Men Hellfire Vigil. I don't know what to call this. Issue 1. It's a one-shot. But there is some hot homoerotic action starring Cyclops.
Yeah, this new Ben character who's one of those adult mutants who can kind of have reality warping powers is homoing out for Cyclops.
And with that, rapidly becomes one of my favorite characters in the books. Right now, what a week. We went from, I don't give a shit about these two new characters, Ben and Jen, to, I think Ben's my favorite X-Men of all time.
Well, it's like, wait, both of them are going to try and fuck classic X-Men characters? Maybe
Both-
we do like them.
That's how you make an entrance, girls.
Yeah.
So you got Jen
partly-
trying to fuck Beast.
And no, Ben trying to fuck Scott.
I said Jen trying to fuck
Jen.
Beast.
Oh, that's right. I thought you said Ben. Ben and Jen trying to fuck
Ben and
Beast.
Jen, the fuck twins.
Ben trying to.
It's like the skeleton
Power
twins.
fuck twins activate.
Activate. Form of a bird or a fish, whatever I want.
Form of ice dildo.
Form of alien invasion. So if he's a reality warper, can he just like make Cyclops have sex with him?
Or is he just a creep that it's like, hey, Cyclops seems really depressed. Maybe it's my time to take advantage of him and his depressed state.
Maybe it's my time to cheer him up, and the only way I know how to do that is through sex.
It's through sex. But also, if my girlfriend, if I was into somebody whose girlfriend was the Phoenix, I would steer the fuck clear of that
The
shit.
Phoenix is who opened up their marriage, arguably, at the end of Morrison's run.
I mean, I guess it is true, but still,
Okay.
I would just still be scared of the power dynamics.
I would
she
also.
she might be like more inclined to be okay with a woman than a man. No, that's not true with Wolverine. I don't know. I don't know,
but also he's a reality warper. So what if Phoenix shows up and he's like, yeah, but Phoenix is just like a ice dildo. And then all of a sudden Jean is like a giant ice dildo.
And what if in this reality, just every X-Man is sexually attracted to me?
Right.
That would be amazing.
That would be my dream. That is my dreams.
But
But
I will say one thing. Oh, that just reminds me. Wait, we're not going to be. Wait, hold on. I just that reminded me. I do love that power. And Jean Grey. No, Emma did that once where she snapped fingers and made everybody horny.
Made everyone come.
And that just happened. Are you watching any of the new Sandman, which was released on Netflix?
Oh, I didn't realize the new season was out.
It just released on Saturday. And I watched the first episode, and there's a scene where Desire is like, oh, I have to go. And he just snaps his fingers, and everyone in the room just starts fucking.
Oh.
And I was like, I love it when people
I love that.
make you want to come. Remember that was also in Doom Patrol, that one thing that made everybody want to come?
Yes.
I love that
Flex.
shit.
Wasn't it Flex Armstrong?
Yes,
Is that
yes,
his name? Flex
yes.
Armstrong? Yeah.
I love cum powers.
I love cum powers. When Emma did it, that was one of the things that made us gravitate to her. That's one of the moves that made her our favorite of all time.
And Emma's kind of leading this whole vigil thing.
She really is, as you expect she would.
And she's getting no support from Cyclops.
None.
No support from
None.
Kitty.
None.
Kitty and Cyclops are like, go fuck yourself.
Right. And she's doing it all herself. Even like she doesn't even get to talk to her shitty little kids.
No,
Those three little shitheads who show up.
Because everybody wants to see Dazzler. And Dazzler's still doing those shitty lyrics.
This is wild because this is very much a picking up where several of the books left off kind of book. And one of the books they pick up is like Dazzler #4, the limited series from like what feels like a year ago by now.
It was only a few months ago. But it also seems to pick up after Ms. Marvel's adventure that hasn't even ended yet.
Right.
Because she's like, hey, I'm back from my journey. And I'm going to guess it all worked out.
Okay, guess it was fine and nothing changed and there was no point to any of it. So it opens with kind of like the NYX people. It's like Prodigy being like, welcome, Ms. Marvel and NYX characters to the HELLFIRE Vigil. And then they're talking. Miles is there, which I love. Then we go to the X-Men. Psylocke is like, are you coming? And Cyclops is like, no. And then Ben is like, do you want me to lick your
nuts?
Yeah.
And yeah, I do like that Psylocke was kind of like, you're a piece of shit.
You're a piece of shit.
But then we get to Jean.
And she's alone in space.
But then meets a bunch of dead former Earthlings.
She meets like a dead
left.
hot ghost.
I didn't get what?
Is there
because
some
they were like hundreds of years ago we left Earth. How? So in the 1700s?
Right.
In the 1700s you left Earth? How?
How
did that happen?
A bicycle with a propeller
and then they were
on the
like,
top?
and then we all died. And now we're just here hanging out in the
And now
universe.
we're here, and I'm kind of hot still for a ghost. I'm wearing scrubs.
I know, and he's also wearing modern day clothing. How is that hundreds of years ago?
We don't know.
I didn't understand.
We don't know what this is doing.
Any of this.
It's the
Also,
Phoenix
she's
book.
not-
Who knows what it's doing?
And Phoenix's, I hate her outfit.
And then it's like a little X-Men-y stuff. We got Edie, we got Quentin, we have Dazzler, we have Beast and Jen hooking up.
Yeah, where she's like, I can turn into a blue beast too. I can make my pussy blue for you.
And he's like, fascinating.
Yeah, and so they're about to fuck. Then for some reason we go to Colossus.
We have Colossus and Will.I.Am.
And just kind of was Will.I.Am. Yeah, he was in X-Force, but he
he like kind of saved them at the end.
I guess, yeah, but he was more like with Sage Central. He wasn't really with
Sage
the main
brings
team.
him in at the end, yeah. Peripheral.
I do like that Magic comes in as just like, hey, why were you covering your face and pretending to be someone else? And he's like, it was just to protect myself.
I like that. It's
where
like Magneto's helmet.
Yeah, so he wasn't like trying to hide himself.
No, I like that. He's like, I'm so sick of mind control, so I'm wearing this Magneto helmet. And it's like, okay.
So that makes sense.
That's
cool. And then
cool.
I like that Louisiana and Alaska meet each other. I really felt this was a moment for Chicago to meet, but then they had Kitty not show up. So, Iceman then should have been there and been like, hey, I'm representing. I don't know. They weren't
Exceptional did not get represented enough. But we do have Death Dream dancing with Psylocke, which is the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Like the Japanese characters need to watch out for each other.
We also have a surprise coupling.
Yeah, apparently
Ransom and Temper.
And Temper are all in love with each other.
Okay.
All right. So I'm fine with that. I do think it's weird that it just like came out of nowhere.
I do too.
Then we see the Chicago mutants, and it was like this was a chance for them to hang out and meet the Uncanny Mutants. It was just a lost opportunity.
There is a connection made in that somebody has got an anonymous online friend.
Yes, but not with the Uncanny people.
Not with the Uncanny, with the NYX.
Yeah, so it's like the empath. What's his name?
Moodring.
Moodring.
Axo.
Is all into Sophie Cuckoo.
Yeah.
So that was random.
And non-bisexual. Well, maybe.
And then, then we see Kitty just being like
just being annoying. Like, what a wet blanket. Kitty's being a wet blanket.
Where you're just like giving a bad name for lesbians, I'm telling you that much.
She's like going through lesbian bed death before she gets in a relationship.
Exactly. Go get a fucking life, bitch. So now, and then we see Husk
Banshee.
And what's the Husk and what's the other guy's name? Skin. Talking about, there's our old teacher. We're really impressed by her that she's doing this all herself. Someone giving her props.
But
then behind is like, there's our other old teacher.
And there's the other teacher
from Gen X. And he's like, oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I can't.
He's like, see my story in Astonishing on the digital thing, Unlimited, which I did. And I was like, okay.
What was it?
Nothing. I think it was like, I don't.
And so he sees Siren, and then Siren's in an all weird outfit.
She's in a weird outfit.
I'm different now.
I'm different. Please let me go, Da.
With a big necklace on for some reason.
Yeah.
So that was stupid.
Someone will explain that to us.
But then Sentinel dogs get released, and then the Greymalkin prison comes and to kidnap Dazzler.
Arrest.
They send off the security, but none of the other X-Men help. They
take her away.
And watch her being taken away.
Okay.
All right. Was wild to me.
Wild.
That was crazy.
Everyone's
and granted, she did say, no, don't fight. Let them take me. And I'm like, no. That didn't make any sense to me. That was crazy.
Then Storm shows up. And it's like, too late. You could have saved Dazzler.
Yeah, Storm shows up after. And then it's like, I think I might be pregnant.
She's not. But then all of a sudden, Eternity is like, yeah, but check this out. Spoiler alert. You do get pregnant later. And this was the scene that confused me.
Yes.
Because it says the future. And she's looking at a kid who's got like her blue eyes and fangs like a panther. Yeah. And she said, okay, since you're no longer talking, I guess it's time. Mama asked me to show you this. And it's 616-616, the date and time so you can remember to tell me in the future to do this. Oh, my hair. You've always liked my hair. I wish I got your white hair, but I got Papa's black hair instead and his fangs.
Yeah.
And I have Papa's powers. I almost forgot. You asked me to tell you this. My name is Furaha. So the line where she's like, Mama asked me to show you this, I guess she means like the storm that is her mother.
Yeah, I think she later, like probably a few weeks before, she's like, hey, I'm going to go into a trance at this time, and I'm going to be old Mama, so you need to tell me
Show
this.
old Mama.
Yeah.
But it was like when they othered Mama, I was like, well, then wait, what? But it is still
No,
Storm.
I think she's talking about her. But
yeah.
So do all the Black Panthers have fangs?
Why not?
I don't remember that. Is that a
Well,
thing?
It is now.
And then do Black Panthers have electrical powers?
Why not?
Because she was like, and I have Papa's powers, but then it looks like she's doing lightning.
Yeah. Does she say in yours too?
Oh, yours and Papa's powers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's why. Oh, okay. Got it. Well, good for her.
So then Cyclops is like, I still don't feel like making out with you, Ben.
Yeah.
And Jean's like, hey.
Oh, wait, hold on. Before we do this, there was some podcast I saw on TikTok, and they were like, name black characters that don't have electrical powers or have black in their name. And they were like, they found it so hard. And you're like, fuck, that's so crazy.
Luke Cage.
Blade. But anyway, then Jean shows up, they make out, and she's like,
they
stop
make
being a
out
fucking
and
pussy.
Ben is watching.
Yeah, he's just like,
he's like leading. He's like
just jerking off, watching. He's a creep.
I like him.
I think that would be an interesting
like a sex
turn
pervert.
of events. Is what if like a sex pervert?
Pervert.
Like he's basically like what's the purple grape? The purple grape sticky guy from
Mineta.
My Hero Academia.
Yeah, grape juice.
Where he's like,
the
oh,
worst.
I want to see boobs.
He just wants to touch boobies. You got big boobies for a frog. Oh, the worst. That's like him. He just wants Cyclops' boobies. All right, and then 3K is like, we're still not going to tell you who the center guy is. How about that?
And I don't think it's him anymore.
It's not. It's not Doug. I said Doug.
Yeah.
Clearly not Doug.
I mean,
We'll
unless
that
other stuff happened in the past, but
no, it's not. Though.
I don't think it did. So
it's a different personality. Dougie's like surprisingly still very Dougie.
Yes, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Is there anything else in this? Because I want to talk about the next book. Okay,
no, but it's nice to recognize KRAKOA for once.
Yeah, let's talk about X-Men.
Okay. You sure?
19.
Is that what's next? Yeah.
Yes. Shouldn't
yes.
it be? Yes.
Oh my God. Yes.
I
Twink Death.
really liked this.
I actually thought it was cool.
I hated
so this is the beginning of the Revelation
storyline. Like, oh, I have a different personality.
Unrecognizable
I look
monster.
like Apocalypse.
I look like Apocalypse.
Kind of brought him back.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he's like, oh, how can I do Apocalypse but in an ethical way? Like, I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, it's still very much his personality.
This really redeemed that whole thing for me.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very much Doug Ramsey. And they still also hold, which I love, that he's unable to understand Bay the Blood Moon, his wife. Because there was a moment where I was like, did he just understand what she said? And no, he's like always interpreting from subtext.
Yes.
Or from nonverbals.
Yes. But I do think it's like he can pick up through her physical cues.
Yeah,
but they really can never talk. And I do feel like they've never shown her talking.
Certainly,
really.
like they've never shown her to have a point of view like they do. Yeah,
so this
book.
Is interesting where you see it, and I was thinking too, like, wait, did he learn to understand her? And they brought that back. So this is someone who's done their homework, read
Ten
of Swords or X of Swords, Ten of
Swords.
Yes,
Ten of Swords.
Who read Ten of Swords?
X.
Kept the characters the same. Like I was like.
Yeah, like it very much is Doug, like, this is what's right.
Yeah.
Which felt great.
And I like that this being, and then he's like, and now it's time to find other X-Men for my team.
Yes. And, I mean, like, calling Danny Moonstar hello, if there was ever a time.
Oh, yeah. Do you think he's going to go a big New Mutant route?
I think so.
Who's going to be on this Apocalypse team?
I do think Danny Moonstar is a big candidate.
I wonder
I think
if
you
he'll
could
go back to the
probably-
people that were in the running for it too.
That's stupid.
Maybe not. Oh, okay. Fine.
Magma. I see a Magma. He should go off planet and get Gossamer back.
What about Rain?
Rain Sinclair. She ate her paw.
What non New Mutant character do you think you would want?
You know, I can see doing like a Gen Xer. You know, like maybe we find Penance. Maybe we go back and we find Mondo.
Okay, I like that.
Okay.
I like it.
Maybe we bring in Gateway for some weird reason.
Okay. Yeah, you
All
always
right.
need a teleporter.
What about a long shot?
You know what? When I saw, you know, we had a comic in the Vigil one, and you see Rogue, you see Dazzler, and they never interact. But I saw Rogue, I saw Dazzler, and I'm like, remember when they were both fighting over long shot
Yeah.
in the Australian outback? I
Yeah.
miss that.
I miss that.
Long Shot. Long Shot was a great character.
I loved Long Shot. Was one of the reasons I fell in love with X-Men.
And I also feel that people now are using Domino's luck powers as the go-to rather than Long Shot's luck powers. And I think Peter David really punched in to Long Shot where it's like he can actually see the outcomes of all the possibilities and chooses the best one.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, let's I think Peter David was the last person to really use Long Shot in anything.
Yeah.
Bring him back.
Like, what if he dug into the old Exterminators and like brought back like a Skids?
Oh yeah. Also,
A
but
Boom
I would
Boom.
love Doug, bring back Richter and Shatterstar.
Richter, Shatterstar.
Yes. This was good, really good. I really liked it.
But he's still like on the run from Friends of Humanity type folk.
There was even a clever scene where like they're now, instead of called 1, they're called 0.
0, because that's how many mutants there should be.
And there's this scene where he ends up, oh, this is the other important thing we didn't talk about. His powers have upgraded.
Yeah, so now he can hack brains.
He
He's
can
basically
hack brains. So he
Purple
can,
Man.
he used to be able to just interpret everything, but he can now hack them. So he can basically mind control anyone. And
Yeah.
I like it because it's not telepathy. It's
Influence.
literally like hacking into your whole body.
Yeah. I mean, if it's just like language, well, yeah. It's influence, which it's not mind control, it's influence. That will come up later as
But that's
well.
also like, hey, but he now can basically go on television and be like, you all need to follow me, and they're going to listen. But he's already like, but that could be unethical because of Xavier.
Wait. Do you know what that just reminded me of?
What? Angel?
Can I spoil a recent horror movie?
Which one?
Did you see Smile 2?
No, I didn't. Oh, isn't the one where her death was on camera, right?
She's on a
Yeah.
world tour. And everyone
Yeah,
sees
yeah.
it.
No, I did know that. Yeah, so it ends with
So
basically...
it ends with the Smile Demon being able to basically control like thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah.
Just like Doug.
Yeah, but I do like that he's then being ethical. But there was a moment where he was taking the gun to his head, and then there's a bang and blood on his face. But
But
then
it's
you
Bae.
see it's Bae doing it. He still hasn't killed someone yet.
She's aggressive.
And I do love it. Like, I want them. Are they going to have their own spin-off comic, or are they just going to be part of the X-Men?
Oh, I wonder if they'll do like an Age of Apocalypse, like an Alpha, and then it'll be woven into the titles, and then an Omega, you know?
Yeah, we'll see. I am just into this, so I'm excited. I'm
Yeah, this is
excited.
cool.
This
And
better not
also-
go wrong.
His new man body.
Oh yeah, he's all like fucking yeah. Because what are his full? Does he have any strength or stamina
Probably.
or like invulnerability from the?
Does he have like any
Apocalypse?
apocalypse powers?
Yeah, I want to know about that.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I don't know what his shoe size is now.
Did your
All
dick
right.
get bigger? Well, it doesn't matter
Did
because he
your
gets
dick get
pegged by Bae. He clearly gets pegged by Bae.
I've been transformed by Apocalypse. Oh yeah? Did your dick get bigger? That should be the new Welcome to the X-Men. Hope you survived the experience. Welcome to being transformed by Apocalypse. Did your dick get bigger? Okay. Avengers, Masters of Evil finale. Avengers 28. I can't see from this far back.
Yeah, 28.
Okay. Storm and T'Challa are basically back together. Like in comic book language, they're back together. They were just like flirting and then they hugged and they were nice to each other. To me, that means back together.
Well, then she thinks she's pregnant, so...
Well, later, I mean, in a different book...
Wait, who? What are you talking about? Which, in the
Storm
book?
thinks she's pregnant in Hellfire, right?
That's what I'm saying, in Hellfire. Yeah. But I'm like, who else is it going to be? And then are they going to, in the Storm original comic, is she going to be fucking him there? So...
They're back together.
I was never
a
big fan of them together.
Nope.
I felt like let's
similar.
Just take the biggest black characters and have them get married.
Exactly.
Seems kind of...
Give me some Craig from NASA. That worked.
Yeah, but I'm down with seeing where this goes.
Okay.
I want them to start fighting. Anyway. Yeah.
I mean, that's it for the comics today. I think we should move on to some much watched television.
Yes.
What you watching? Is it me naked? No? Oh, fine.
What you watching, everybody? I know what we're watching. Ironheart, the finale.
Ironheart.
Much improved
over the first three episodes.
Definitely picked up. It was a slow build.
But
that's the problem with
issues.
Marvel TV.
Yeah.
It is still, to me, treated like a divided up movie. Where it's like the Act 1 stuff is just not episodic. There's no stakes. It's not contained. Like, you know what I think is like a good show in terms of being contained but still having a macro narrative? Poker Face.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Anyway.
Yeah. I 100% agree with that. I think the problem with this is I still just could not... I think I just never could buy into her joining up that group in the first place. And so it kind of... That led into some of the issues for me.
I'm so glad you brought this up because I want to call us out about something.
Okay.
I feel like the reason we weren't able to fully swallow that pill that she hooked up with criminals is because we had a preconceived notion of who Riri Williams was. And I have to say, the ending of this series made the everything that came before it kind of okay. The fact that they took her mixing in with criminals because of what she wanted and then took it to the place where then at the end, spoiler, she makes a deal with the fucking devil to get what she wanted. I was like, you know what? This is who MCU Riri Williams is. She is very morally gray, and I actually am here for it.
I do, but I still think they could have just provided a better explanation other than I just need a suit. I think there needed to be somebody is in financial trouble.
She needed to get burned.
She needed more rock bottom. She needed to be more rock. Just being kicked out of school and not having your suit that's not enough for me for her to turn morally gray.
Right.
Yeah, she needed to be on that.
Because she was like, who needs MIT? I'm cool.
I could honestly see if Natalie and the stepdad then just died. Like if she came back and then they died.
Right.
That then maybe would have just made more sense. But it was like 5 years ago.
I love that.
I just think, I think that was just missing to me. And then the other thing is the hood ended up being so whiny, like a whiny nothing.
Like a
because the real, and I think they did that on purpose because the real big bad was Mephisto. But I was like, he still could have been cooler. He still could have been
cooler. But also, I want to make the point. I chose this image on purpose to show how minor the hood wound up being. The hood is on her fucking armor. At the end. I didn't notice that. I looked it up on the internet. The hood is draped around her armor.
Yeah. Yeah, she has it.
She has it.
Well, when she was using spells to power it, was she just using Velma or was she using that little piece of the cape too?
No, I think it's just Zelma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it Zelma or Velma?
Zelma.
Zelma, sorry.
Who, by the way, to me,
great.
best character in the
100%.
She was incredible. She showed up at first, and I didn't clock it. But then when they were like Zelma Stanton, Magic, I was like, oh fuck, it's the character from Strange Academy. And then she was just like, no, I'm like Magic. Like,
and shout out to who the mom was. You recognize the mom?
Oh
right?
my God, Cree Summer.
Cree Summer.
Oh
Cree
my
Summer,
God.
the quintessential voice in every single cartoon
Oh
you've
my
ever
goodness.
seen.
Yes.
That's
and
right.
also,
She's Penny in Inspector Gadget from 1980. And she's Roxy in Drawn Together. And basically she's been in 1,000 other... She's the voice of pretty much everybody.
Yeah. And season 1 of A Different World. Before she left because she didn't like
season
Bill Cosby.
No, season 2 of A Different World. She was one of the later cast people.
Okay.
No, Marissa Tomei left season 1.
Oh, because she didn't like Bill Cosby.
Yes. She was like, I don't want a Coke. And he's like, drink this Coca-Cola. I
Drink
put the pills in
Eat this pudding.
I put the pills in the Coca-Cola.
I put the pills in the Jello pudding. Horrible.
Anyway, so this definitely got better. I'll tell you this.
Better.
Most of the time I complain that like these Captain Americas, they're so focused on the action, they don't build up relationship. I think this one spends so much time on relationship that when it got to the action, like when Hood sicked all of his little minions to kill her, that was my favorite part of the show. The White Castle fight scene was the best part of the entire show.
Yeah, where she had to take on kind of like one by one each Hood gang member. Yeah. That was great.
Yeah. I wanted more of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like she ends up creating Natalie as AI. I did think that the brother wasn't real. It turns out he was real.
He showed up with that whole group of people. I thought of you.
I know. So it was like, I was wrong about that.
Does Natalie come back as just like a straight up human? Like, it's so weird.
Yeah, he can touch her. So she literally had her resurrected. Because she also seemed to not know anything about anything that was going on.
About the AI stuff.
So that means it's not the AI Natalie. It literally is just the Natalie that died.
It's like Natalie. Yeah.
And then as she's hugging her, we see, the little veiny things are starting.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. Right now I'm watching a Thai BL where they all have magic powers, and it's the same thing where they get little veiny things. So I'm just like, ooh, this is just like that, but without all the gay sex.
I watched an analysis video that was like, it's unclear whether or not she made a deal with the devil because that was a fantasy projected by Mephisto. I was like,
why would it end on the fantasy? Why would it end on the fantasy?
Right. So I'm putting a stake in the ground now and saying she made a deal with the devil. It was not an
Why would they be like, we don't know, and then go back to the fantasy?
Okay. No. Looking at you, new rock stars. All right.
Eric, how dare you, Eric?
No, not Eric. It wasn't Eric.
Okay.
His video ended with him saying she made a deal. And then the official like new rock stars, not like, oh my God, I'm Eric and they did Mephisto, but like the official like recap
so they
video.
Do two separate, they now do multiple.
They did a separate one because of the Mephisto thing.
Right. Oh, okay. I knew Eric would. I could text him right now. I have his fucking number.
Don't. I don't want him to know we were talking about him.
I know. Anyway, it ended
great.
good.
I mean, I have Ironheart number 28 on my MCU ranking. She made number 28.
Out of what?
All the MCU stuff. I don't know.
No, I mean, what's the total number? Is that 28 out of 30? How many
are you going to make
there?
me do this now?
No, I'm just looking. I'm wondering what's the total. I just want to know what's the total number.
Oh my God! Wait.
28 means 28 out of 100. That's pretty good. 28 out of 30. It's shitty. You just can't remember the total number.
I'm gonna lose my mind. No,
why
I have to
be
look
so
up.
Angry?
Because it's entertaining. All right.
Is there more than 50?
There's 49.
49. 28 out of 49. I probably wouldn't give it that much.
You know what number? You know what is right in between it? I mean, bookending it.
What?
Number 27 is Spider-Man: Homecoming, and number 29 is Moon Knight.
I mean, I do think Spider-Man: Homecoming is better, and Moon Knight is worse.
Thank you.
So
it
I
fits.
agree with that so far.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
Okay. Are you over your little tantrum?
I am.
What do we got next?
Just a little thing we call Drag Race.
Oh
Snatch Game All Stars 10.
I am at, and as someone who works for this company, I am at an all-time exhaustion point with the fandom. The fandom
same.
are going insane. Because here's the thing, the fandom are like, we need to
What
retire
now?
Snatch Game. If they retired Snatch Game, you would be so fucking angry. It's like no one is ever happy, and people make these videos. Like, I've seen 4 different videos where people thought 2 different people were the best and were angry about it and were talking about it as if everyone thought the way they did. And I'm
Right.
like, the fact that no one is agreeing who was the best means shut the fuck up and just watch the show.
Ginger was the best.
Ginger was 100% the best. Now, friends were like that. She was more just doing her own Southern accent and not Reba's specific voice. Who cares? It's fine. Because she had a point of view, she was funny. She had a joke for everything. She had a joke.
It's just about a point of view and the game and the rules that come out of that point of view. It is so fucking easy.
And I also felt Lydia's was better than they were making it out to be. I
Agree.
felt hers was funnier. I felt also the Zsa Zsa Gabor Irene's. I felt hers. You know who I didn't think was good was Bosco.
Who did Bosco do?
She just did like that Vegas drag queen and
Oh,
then
yeah,
transferred
yeah.
into a Joan Rivers and a Cher impression.
Yeah, yeah. The thing with Irene is like
didn't
that wasn't Zsa Zsa's voice. That was like a generic Russian accent.
She was doing a Russian. No, Zsa Zsa's like, darling, Zsa Zsa, good morning, darling.
I slapped the policeman when he
Darling, I
pulled me
slapped
over,
the police
darling.
officer.
Yes, that's what that. Yeah, she was like, "Dorsta." She was like,
Know who
"Gotcha."
I felt did terrible?
Mistress?
Yeah, well, no, obviously. No, someone that they didn't think did terrible. I didn't like George's.
Oh, I thought Pitbull
George's,
was funny.
I felt she was being like, that was funny, but she didn't have a single real joke.
Yeah.
So, and I honestly felt Cynthia's was like bad. Like they were like, why didn't you say blood instead of Botox? And I'm like, Botox is funnier.
No, Botox was the right answer. Botox was the
Yeah.
best joke that
And even
night.
the fact that her tooth fell, and they're like, oh, your tooth fell. But then she made an immediate joke about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's what happens when you don't go to the dentist for the, you know what I mean? Where it's like
Yes.
when Jinx's ear fell off.
She made the joke. It was great.
And
I can't hear
I don't
you.
know. I feel, and I'm not a big Cynthia fan, but I did feel, but at the same time, I'm like, everyone else had a completely different opinion. Like I watched this with friends on 4th of July. We were like lounging at the pool and they're like, let's go in and watch Drag Race. And everyone kind of had different opinions of who was, I mean, everyone agreed that Mistress was 100% the worst though.
Yeah.
That I think hands down, she was 100% the worst.
Yes.
And this is something when you start coaching improv or teaching improv, you can't run on anger. If you are angry at everything, you have nowhere to go. There's no funny.
Exactly. Yeah.
And she just was yelling at everybody.
Right. It was just you hit a wall every time. You hit a wall of like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you acting so crazy? Which is the worst improv retort in history.
Yeah, and I also felt Aja had the same problem where she just had one angle and didn't know where to go with it.
Yeah.
But I really felt they did not, and I saw at Roscoe's, I felt Lydia did good, and Lydia was like, no, they made me look good. She's like, the answers they didn't show.
Oh, shit.
She was like, I was terrible. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe that's why.
How about Lydia's confessional look though, where she was dressed like Marlon Brando in what's the motorcycle one?
Not
Not on the waterfront. It's
Streetcar?
not Streetcar. It's Michael
That
Cera
could have
showed
been a
up.
contender.
No, Michael Cera showed up dressed like him in Twin Peaks: The Return.
Twin Peaks, right.
Um,
Did you hear
it's
what
the
they're
same
doing
look.
in LA, Brett?
Are they doing a theatrical viewing of The Return?
Are they doing that in New York too?
Because that's happening this weekend, and I found out too late, and everything was sold out. And right now, as we speak, the last 3 episodes are being played at the Metrograph in the East Village, and I'm missing
I
it.
want to go for episode 8.
Yeah, that was the first one to sell out.
I
They're doing
kind of-
three. They do
I
3 episode
know.
chunks per
I
ticket.
need to fucking see it
I know.
in a theater. Anyway, also I think Dia Betty had a really spot on impression, But then
just
it kind
couldn't
of, it
think
started funny and then it also didn't go anywhere. But I
Flat.
felt she was 100% safe.
Yeah.
Like she was
Yeah.
definitely in the safe category. But yeah, I just wasn't a big fan of the pit bull.
I kind of just want to see Mistress go home next week.
There's
Don't
only
say
one-
anything.
I'm not saying anything, but there's only one more person going home
Yeah.
because then it's the Lollapalooza and somebody comes back. Because
Okay.
you know how remember they're saying there's your last
yeah,
chance. They bring somebody back.
Do you know who that is?
Honey, I know everything.
Oh my God. Tell me
And I'm
after
not
the
saying
show.
Nothing. I'm not telling you, I'm not
Why?
telling you anything. 'Cause I'll be
Bitch.
fired.
Oh.
I keep it real.
Okay.
I keep it real. No, you
Respect.
don't want to know. You
Mad
don't wanna
respect.
Know. You don't want to be spoiled. Anyway,
You don't know what I want.
Anyway, and also Cynthia Lee, though, I know people say runways don't count, but I do feel
Ugh.
her runway should have maybe probably put her in the
Yeah,
bottom.
I agree.
That was pretty
Just
bad.
like last week. Yeah.
And I do feel I thought Acid Betty was supposed to be helping her out with her outfits.
Ooh. Looks like that fell through, hopefully, for Acid Betty.
But I do like that Mistress is getting some comeuppance.
Yeah, like, Mistress, like, I don't know, like, if you are a queen that never won a challenge and got there on points, like, keep your mouth shut. I don't know.
She was in the top 2 in a challenge.
She was?
Yeah, and the second one.
Oh. Well, that's stupid.
But yeah, that's why they stole the points in the first challenge. Georges and Mistress were in the top in the second challenge.
Ugh.
And then Lydia and Georges
that's
were
right.
in the top in the third challenge.
That's right, which stung so hard.
But
They
when
were so
you looked
shitty.
at the totals of who had the most points, like if you went, she's in the
Ginge.
lower end of the pack.
Yeah, because she
It's
led
like-
the 4.5.
Yeah, it's like Bosco, Lydia, Ginger,
They all
Daya.
have like 5.
They all have like 7.
Oh!
Over 7, yeah.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I do feel that everyone's shitting on it, but I feel people have never been more invested in this show.
I
and so
haven't
that's
seen-
why this is a success.
Yeah, because you don't know like who your cast is going to be midway through, which is such a great angle.
And I do feel people are just still like, oh, it's all like gone towards Ginger. But look at this. Ginger just did the best.
Every time.
So stop being mad like, oh, they helped her get to the semifinals. And look, she's the best in the Like, it's not like she doesn't deserve it. I just am sick. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Everyone just watch it and just calm the fuck down.
Just shut up.
Just calm down. Everybody wants
Touch
to be
grass.
Like, why are you not doing everything that I specifically want?
Be mad about the fascism, not the drag queens.
I know. I think that's the problem is because fascism is taking over. We're like, at least we can complain about Drag Race.
Oh God.
Is that everything?
Mm-hmm. It sure is.
Are you caught up with Murderbot yet?
I am. I love it so much.
I don't think I've seen the most recent one, but
I have. I watched it last night. Oh, God,
okay,
it's so
I haven't
good.
seen that one. It's great.
It's so great. I love it. I don't want it to end ever.
There might be. I'm gonna watch it and see if I want it. There's a new. It's called like Dan to Dan, I think. Or
Yeah,
Da Da Dan.
yeah. My niece and nephew love it.
And it's about school kids getting magic powers.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna watch it and see if we should give it a talk.
Can I go back to Murderbot for a second?
Sure.
Alexander Skarsgård, what you doing walking around kissing Pedro Pascal wearing tight black leather pants and then like just serving in those pants, like dancing for cameras in a way that I'm like,
Wait,
I know
when
that
did
girl.
When did he kiss him?
Girl, it's online. Like at
Did
some
that just
like
happen
public.
recently?
Yeah, like it was at some like screening, some event. Like he walks right up to Pedro Pascal and like grabs his head and kisses him on the mouth. And then those two are just like talking. Then they show him talking to like some like muscle daddy guy. Like and from what I remember, I saw at Joe's Pub, like with, I'm telling you, girl, he's. And you know who else? Why am I looking at Dylan O'Brien traipsing around P-Town? What's going on?
Dylan
They're all
O'Brien
gay.
also is doing all those gay scenes in that Twin movie that's coming out.
Okay.
Did you hear about that one?
No.
I watched the scene from it. It's a thing where identical twins or just twins where one twin has died. And so they go to the support group.
Right.
So
I've heard about
this. Support
this.
group where all the twins have died. And these two twins where they're twins, they meet and they start fucking. and they had a clip, someone clipped from Sundance or whatever, him just butt fucking the fuck out of this guy. And I'm like, Dylan O'Brien can get it. But I'll tell you this. And then Skarsgård has a movie where he has like a gay like slave gimp or something, where he's like a leather daddy. What the fuck?
And isn't it like it's someone hot who's playing his opposite? It's like Danny Ramirez or like someone like that.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm all for it. And now that Pride is over and we can hate gays again, I'm glad that they're still keeping it alive.
Oh, hell yeah. Welcome to Wrath Month. It's called Pillion. It's a queer romance with BDSM elements. Co-starring Harry Melling.
Nice. Did you see Queer, the movie Queer?
No, we almost watched it the other night, but we watched Smile 2 instead.
I need to watch Smile 2, but I was spoiled. Like the thing I was spoiled with the end already.
I mean, I even wrote in my review though, like it was clear why this was about a pop star from the beginning. Like
you knew it was coming.
No shit, it's going to end that way.
You knew it was coming.
Right.
So I'm kind of I do want to watch it. When I was shooting with Corey and Lydia, and they apparently have been doing a like on their online, they're pitching to like be in Smile 3 because they love this series so much. Wait, real quick though. Speaking of horror, I finally watched a horror movie that took me a year to watch.
What?
Talk to Me.
Oh my God. Oh, it's intense. It is insane.
And do you realize the connection? The connection to Ironheart?
Oh, yes.
The non-binary person from Talk to Me is one of the thugs in Ironheart.
Oh, is she the bomb one? Or are they
the non-binary like beat him up one.
Oh, right.
Is the non-binary one with the hand in Talk to Me.
Oh my God. Wait, that kid gets so fucked up. That scene, the younger boy,
that scene
so
fucked me up. I mean, I will admit I started doing that when he was going for the eye. That movie, those directors, it was a vibe. Like I was like, this is different. It's weird. It's a vibe. Yeah. It had such a satisfying ending where you were like, oh, the ending was so good. I really like them. And their new movie is out right now. Like,
is it Bring Her Back?
Bring Her Back.
Yeah.
So I think I'm probably going to need to watch that too.
Oh my God, I'm so
Anyway,
scared.
I'm finally at the point where I'm able to watch some horror movies again.
Okay.
So this Halloween, watch out.
Well, Blumhouse, I read, is in a period of soul searching after the flop that was Megan 2. They don't know what's up.
I mean, it was everything you said. I talked to some other people that saw it, and they were like, it wasn't. And some people were like, I understand if you're like, let's not do horror, let's go into action, but still keep the camp. Right. Like keep the funny and keep the camp. Don't lose that.
There's one singing scene. That's it. That's the only. They're like, oh yeah, we got to do this.
Stupid.
Anyway,
sorry guys. It's Pride is over. So
thank
fuck
you,
the gays.
Wrath Month.
We're actually comic book straights. We're now CBS.
Yep. That's right.
It's no longer a network. It's us.
That's right. All we talk about is Wolverine and Iron Man.
Yeah, but be careful because even if you read any comics, I know we're trying to keep this as straight as possible. So don't read comics. Because if you read comics, well, then that makes you
queer.
Bye.